the world as we know it coming to an end? A question that has been asked by many since ancient times, whenever calamity and disaster fell on different civilizations. But perhaps it had never been asked with such urgency as on Thursday, the 1st of January, 2165, when a massive silver vessel appeared in Earth's skies and humanity made its first contact with extraterrestrial life. The alien visitors had delivered a dire warning. They spoke of a newly discovered phenomenon scientists were calling the blue hole, a ripple in space-time capable of carrying large bodies over thousands of light years. And according to their calculations, a blue hole would soon appear, carrying an asteroid destined to destroy the Earth. 11 months after the encounter, on the 1st of December, Captain Jonah Hope was preparing to board the Star Jumper, a spaceship that was considered humanity's last hope. At 4 p.m. the same day, Captain Hope boarded the ship. By 7 p.m., he was eating a packaged meal in 0G, gazing down at the Earth as it shrank into the distance. As the ship sped away, he reflected on the instructions that had brought him here. Months earlier, he had been briefed on a 2-month mission. His task was simple, in theory. Monitor a designated region of space for signs of the blue hole. If it never appeared, he would return home, a hero. But if it did appear, his mission would be far more dangerous. He would have to crash the ship into the asteroid while it was still inside the blue hole, then get away using an escape pod. He had asked only 2 questions during the briefing. First, why not intercept the asteroid after it exited the hole? The answer was unsettling. According to the aliens, anything emerging from a blue hole received a massive speed boost. Even shattered debris would still strike Earth with catastrophic force. The only safe option was to stop it before exit. The second question was simpler. Why me? The answer was simpler still. He was the best pilot left on Earth. He was well renowned for his exploits in space, and years earlier, he led a 3-person rescue team, including Sally Arnold, whom he would later marry, and Dr. Billy Watts, now his co-captain, during a disaster aboard the International Space Station. Their actions had saved many lives. He had since retired and focused on starting a family. His wife was due to give birth in a month, a moment he knew he would miss, but he believed it was worth it if it meant saving a world his family could live in. Both himself and Dr. Watts accepted the mission and were launched into space. For weeks, the two performed routine scans, searching for signs of the blue hole. Communications with Earth were repetitive and uneventful. Captain Hope regularly sent messages to his wife, checking on her health and morale. And after a month, he was shown images of his newborn son, healthy and strong. By all measures, the mission had gone exactly as planned. Systems were stable, scans were clean, and their return home seemed all but guaranteed. But then, just 1 week before they were scheduled to return home, something changed. During one of their routine scans, a ripple appeared. The blue hole was forming. Within 2 days, it had grown to the size of a mountain. After 6 days, it was fully stable and active. The mission split into 2 final tasks. Captain Hope would prepare the escape pod. Once everything was ready, Dr. Watts would program the ship to accelerate into the blue hole and detonate just before impact with the asteroid. As preparations neared completion, Captain Hope felt unexpected turbulence. Concerned, he left the escape pod to check on Dr. Watts. That was when he saw it. The ship had begun drifting off course, pulled so far that correcting it in time would be nearly impossible. Dr. Watts got up from his seat and turned to face him.
You know, Hope, I've never liked you. The space station incident, when you sat there, watching, while I dragged those men and women to safety, even saving your wife after the poor thing passed out. It was supposed to make me a hero. Yet, after we landed on Earth, you got all the praise, the glory, even got the girl. No matter where I went, the streets filled with people chanting your name every single day.
At this point, the realization of what was about to happen was dawning on Captain Hope, who was shaking his head slowly in disbelief. But Dr. Watts continued.
When they told me about this mission, I accepted immediately. But I didn't take this mission to save the world. No, I took it so that I could end it.
With no other choice, Captain Hope lunged forward. What followed was a desperate, brutal struggle. After an intense fight, he managed to knock Dr. Watts unconscious and drag himself to the controls. Ahead of him, the blue hole and the asteroid, all in clear view. It was too late to escape. There was only one thing left to do. He took control of the ship and in his final action, set up a full power collision with the asteroid just as it was about to exit the hole. A large implosion followed and the blue hole collapsed. Weeks later, a space pod landed in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Brazil. The local authorities retrieved it, and when they opened it, they found it empty, but someone had left a message. People of Earth, if you're listening to this message, then the Earth is safe. But unfortunately, I can't be here with you today. Some might ask, if we all die one day, then why would anyone risk their life today for someone else to live until tomorrow? It is so that if one man, woman, or child is still walking the face of the earth, or soaring through the stars, then we all get to live for one more day in their memories and in their hearts. And so I leave with you this message in hopes that I can continue to live in your memories. This is Captain Jonah Hope, signing off.